Lawler.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And I rise today to speak about cities. The book City Limits by Jane Frances Kennedy and Paul Donegan was launched this week, and it highlights some of the issues being faced in the electorate of Lawler. As you're aware, Deputy Speaker, Lawler is one of the fastest growing communities in the country. And we have particular issues, and this book captures those issues and shines a light on them. And I think it's worth everyone in this parliament having a read of this book and taking on some of the lessons that it has for us. It identifies that more than 50% of people are moving to suburbs over 20 kilometres from the CBDs in our country. Now, this has impact on employment. It certainly has impact in my electorate on congestion. It highlights the emerging drive-in, drive-out suburbs that we are developing, and this is having a huge impact on the balance of family life for people living in Lawler. They're moving to suburbs like Point Cook, Tarneet, Manor Lakes, Truganina, and research shows that over 50% of jobs growth is occurring less than 10 kilometres from the CBD. So we're building suburbs more than 20 kilometres away, and the jobs are occurring in the city. This causes financial disadvantage. The book highlights that if you work within 10 kilometres of the CBD, the average income is $77,000 a year. But if you're working 20 kilometres or more from the CBD, it drops to $56,000 a year, highlighting a growing problem with inequity across our cities. And Deputy Speaker, we need all levels of government to work on this problem together, because cities are shaped by the decisions that federal governments make or don't make, and by the way all levels of government work together. Now, under Labor, we understood this. We had RDAF funding major infrastructure projects in regions. We had Labor working with state and local governments delivering much-needed infrastructure growth corridors. In government, Labor doubled the roads budget and built 7,500 kilometres worth of roads. In fact, when Labor came to power, Australia was ranked 20th in the OECD for infrastructure investment, and we took Australia to first in infrastructure development. And we did this because we understood that federal government action and inaction impacts on the development of our cities, and therefore the quality of the life of our people. But the Abbott government has ignored the needs of growth corridors in its first 18 months in government. They've abolished the Major Cities Unit. They've attempted to reduce the independence of Infrastructure Australia. They've cancelled all federal investment in urban public transport, including the Melbourne Metro, impacting directly on the people of Lawler. This government doesn't have a minister responsible for cities. It has no policy. It has no plan for sustainable, livable cities. Deputy Speaker, I think the book highlights the issues that are being faced in not just my electorate but across our cities across the country, and I call on the government to put their heads down and get to work on it.